was that night after that prayer that like I had I feel like my first true encounter like with Jesus. And I felt like before that time, you know, I had a relationship with God, and I knew God, and I did my best to lead my life with the Lord and, you know, walk in that path, and you know what I mean? But I was missing this, I was missing that feeling, you know, I was missing that true connection with Jesus. That feeling that I felt like George had, or the feeling that I felt like they had, you know, there was that something special about them that I was like, wow, there's something about you that is just so different. And I pray that I could feel that. And it was after that prayer and that night that George and I got into a personal conversation that, you know, I was feeling guilty about a certain person in my life that I felt like I wasn't forgiving. And so we kind of had that conversation, and then I went upstairs and I had a prayer with God, and I prayed with all my heart, you know, for him to give me faith, for him to heal that relationship, for him to give me that forgiveness. And it felt like the most truest, most powerful prayer that I've ever had. And after that moment, I just remember, because I'd been crying so much and I had makeup all over my face, and I was like, okay, you know what? I need to go wash my face. And so then I went to the sink and I washed my face, and then this voice inside my head, and I didn't even know that you could, like, I didn't know you could, you know, baptize yourself or anything like that. And I was already baptized when I was younger, and I was at the sink, and I was hearing something in my head telling me that towards the end, okay, wash your face and rinse it 3 times. And when you rinse it 3 times, you know, say in the Son, the Father, and the Holy Spirit. And I rinsed my face 3 times with those words. And afterwards, I just can't even explain it. It was like this, it felt like I'd just been cleaned. Like I'd been, you know what I mean? I'd been blessed, like with like literally like a fire in my Holy Spirit. And I felt just so at peace. And then I came back downstairs, and George and I were having a conversation on the balcony. And then it was in that moment, I don't know why, that when we were talking about Jesus, is like, it clicked. Like I finally truly understood what Jesus did for us, what that meant, and the sacrifice that it meant, and what a gift it is for us. And it was like, I just couldn't even believe it. Like that feeling that I'd been missing for so long. It's like it finally clicked inside of me. And I never felt my Holy Spirit feel so much more on fire than in that moment. And I just, you know, fell to my knees and thanked him. And ever since then, it's like my walk with the Lord has been so different.